Previously on Alpha Magnus Adventures, we had this guy. This was the Captain Carrot. This is the standard release, so 9 out of every 10 of these are going to be this. That's what it showed on the Mcfarlane website, I believe. So, this is the standard release. And I had this pre-ordered at Big Bad Toy Store, so congratulations to whoever got my canceled order. I managed to find one in the wild. I got the Chase version. There's been a little bit of a hem-hawing about this this version of this character. Most people prefer this one, and I can see why. I wanted both, though, for reasons. I do remember Captain Carrot mostly having this brown for some reason, but I do kind of like this better. This just looks like a better figure in general. But here we've got the both of them. They do have both have their flaws, both have their better parts. We'll say this, kind of annoyed, the Captain Carrot card is the exact same one that came with this guy. Not that I'm ever going to use that. Like, they couldn't have spared a little more nickels for for a better version. I don't know. Looking for the... There they are. So he does come with the same exact ones here that the original Captain Carrot came with. We do have the I can hold something, but there's nothing to hold hands. He's got another splayed hand, just like the one that's currently on there, as well as a pointer and a thumbs up, which is what I have him wearing. Now, here's the weird thing. This is supposed to just be painted like his regular hand, but it looks like a glove. So, is he wearing gloves that are the same color as his fur? Who knows? Aside from that, basic colorations are pretty much the same. You know, you got the yellow main body with the legs. The legs are very different in color. This one is more of a matte finish. This one's a lot shinier. And then, of course, you have the green pants on this one, which is yet another thing that I do remember. And then this is where it gets weird. The original Captain Carrot didn't have this armor piece. That's why this one looks so much better, because the armor piece is the same color as the things. This one is more of a classic, I want to say classic cartoon or a comic edition. And I don't think it was ever was it ever in a cartoon? I don't know. But I do remember this being a thing. The other big one is this one has better paint apps than this one. So for this being the Chase, do not pay extra money for this. He has eyes, and that's about it. But he's got the outer eye. He's got the more grizzled look. So you could actually have both of these in 2 different sections of your collection. They both have this goofy stand that allows them to fly, which is I'm not arguing about. That's actually pretty cool. This one was $29, and I think we could do without this thing and just have it for $25. Just putting that one out there, because a normal single figure was $20 at most of the Walmarts that are around, which is the size of this box, which I'll show you the box too. How about that? Nothing changes on the back. The only thing you're going to notice different is that Mcfarlane Platinum Edition. Everything else exactly the same as the original Captain Carrot. Luckily this one was damaged, so that's probably why it was at the store. I think it might have been just a return, because it had a damaged box. But I said, screw it, I'm not keeping the box anyway, so there we go. Now I got both my bunnies. Both my bunnies. So I actually purchased this to make a custom, but I don't want to now. I'm going to keep these guys as is, and we're going to enjoy them as is. Let's pop this off. So I will say this, if you have this stand, you do have to flip this and twist this around, because this is how it comes. This is how normal figures fit. but you have to do this, and I'll show you why. I showed it in the previous video, but not everybody watches every video. He's got a tail, and this tail prevents you from doing it where this is on top. It just refuses. But I figured out that if you do this, and then just kind of slide it in there, it gets enough of what you need to keep him up. Decent articulation. Of course, it's going to be exactly the same as the previous one. You got double jointed knees with pins. We have the new ankle, the new Mcfarlane ankle, which twists, but man, it feels like every step you're going to break this thing. He does have rare toe articulation. Not so much for Mcfarlane, just in general. Most of these don't. No thigh cut, but we do have the weird like hip cut that they do. We do have the ever famous Mcfarlane diaper. That's how this is attached. That's why it's so bouncy. Waist articulation, we do have a little bit of a twist here and here, so you can get enough out of it. I like this chest, and mostly this is my favorite part that Mcfarlane has done lately, is this weird, I took one apart, it's a swivel. So left and right swivel, that's all this is like a bizarre, you can actually kind of see it there. It's a super long ball joint that goes inside of there, and then this just like swivels on the existing ball joint. So it's just an extra piece between it. It's like if you took it off, it would look just like a ring. You have a twist. This is a little precarious, getting this to move properly. Not too bad. And then you twist up. There you go. Taking these off is a little bit annoying, and then trying to get these to spin around is also annoying. So you do have to make sure I'd heat it up before you do anything crazy. The disappointing part of this, is that he's got a rubber cape, but this cape is super rubbery. So it's like pre-fabric rubber. So that's not bad, but the disappointing part is his head. Like, you cannot get much out of this head. You can't really get him flying. You can't really get him down. And with the way his eyes are, if you don't have him looking menacingly towards you, he looks like derp. He looks like he's stupid. So, that's okay. Here's another weird one. The ears are articulated, which I was not expecting, but you can't get them to go back, which is what I was really hoping. So you'd have that back look. Yeah, I don't know. Just another thing. I don't even know if I recognized that it did that on the previous Captain Carrot. He stands pretty well. So, because of these big old feet. I'm just hoping we get some more of the, what do they call them? Justice Incarnate, whatever. The animals. The super animal friends. Because that'd be cool. I kind of want to get the Superman and Crypto, but that Crypto is just a slug. So I'm not really hunting for that. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it's when you get like one of those figures that's just here, this is perfect. So this squirrel is a slug. It's one solid piece. It's essentially like a little kid's toy. You know, like a plastic dinosaur kind of thing. So I guess I could bring those guys over. I have a weird little Forest Friends thing that I've been putting together. Let's get this and this. We're gonna take this apart and put it into a bag before I lose every piece of this. Ooh, I gotta buy more bags. Almost out. Ever since I started doing this bag, the baggening, my collection has been a lot more easy to handle, so I do recommend getting some plastic bags. I just go to Dollar Tree and grab some plastic bags. This one's annoying because it's a little bit too long to fit in there, but it'll do for now, and then I'll get a longer bags too because they got tons of different sizes. Anyway, probably easiest if I just pop this off. I have this little woodland friends thing here where I have some toads, gators, squirrels, panther, and then of course the Cosmo from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. yeah, we're good. So yeah, Captain Carrot, he's cool. I do not think that this character is worth $30. Like 25 tops. They just kind of gave you some extra junk to make it worthwhile, but I would rather have had a slug of another character or something. Or maybe an extra head. I don't need that stand thing with the card. That's completely useless. I don't know a single human being that uses it. If you do use those cards, please sound off below and prove me wrong. I've never heard of anybody who's like, I want to put a card behind each one of mine. But that's the gist of old Captain Carrot here. This, what I will say is that the more recent Mcfarlane figures, like this, they feel better. They don't feel like Marvel Legends-ish anymore. It feels like they figured the plastic out that they need to be using. Because I have some old Spawn figures, and they feel very brittle. That early NECA style resin plastic. Then for the last like 5 years, Mcfarlane figures have kind of all felt like they were just trying to rip off Marvel Legends. And it feels like we're done with that saga, and now we're just kind of, we're getting into the era of the Todd. This doesn't feel loose at all. This is not rubbery like Marvel Legends is. And that's one of my problems with Marvel Legends, is that then in like a year, this is a different color than the rest of it. This is awesome. And I'm not like trying to be like, oh, Todd's the best. I just think that they've figured out some engineering that works for them. They've completely doubled down on the diaper, which I've actually seen some other companies doing now. So that's a little interesting that they're copying off of them. I still prefer thigh cuts, but it gets enough. And I get why you wouldn't want a thigh cut there, because it will break that sculpt. So at least you get something. But there are times where there's literally a piece of plastic that goes there, and you could just make a thigh cut. It's not going to hurt nothing to have a thigh cut there, because it's literally part of the design. I'm trying to think of, there's a specific character that I think it was a Green Lantern had a cut right on the thigh, and I'm like, why does that not have a thigh cut there? Just like when they have very, like this boot probably couldn't work, but they have some other ones where the literally just boot cut, bro. That's how you assemble it. But he's good. Aside from the hands, I think this is a pretty decent figure. And now I have to pick up, I believe, another Superman, another Batman. That Wonder Woman is going to kill me. I do not want to pay $40 for that Wonder Woman. So hopefully I find that in the stores as well. Because I don't even want it for Wonder Woman. I want it for a custom. I might just buy a Power Princess. Or I think that's her name. Because I have one of those on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm like, I'll just buy another one of those. It's cheaper. It's 25 bucks versus this. But hey, if you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, comment. Till next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys.